Congratulations on being elected treasurer of your club. There's a lot of responsibility placed in this role, and this video will help give you a good outline of what you need to do to get the job done right. As treasurer, you are responsible for making sure the money that individuals have contributed to your group is used wisely and responsibly. You will need to keep detailed and accurate records to leave a traceable account of the office's actions. To do this, you will go to the bank to update the signature card with your signature along with those of the club leaders and other officers for the new year. You will have 2 different signatures on every check you write, yours and another authorized party. You will not spend any money without club approval. This approval would look like a motion within a meeting to approve the payment of the funds. This motion will be recorded in the secretary's minutes as a record of approval. Check with the secretary anytime you can't remember if approval was given or not. As treasurer, you will write checks for all approved expenditures, as well as deposit money in the bank as soon as possible. Keep all bills and receipts, as well as all banking information. You will turn all of your documentation over to the Club Financial Review Committee at the end of the year and submit it all to the Extension Office by November 1st at the end of your current 4-H year. You will also be responsible for making a report to your club at each meeting. You will include the amount of money in the checking at the beginning of the month, any money received, all expenses, and the closing balance. One more thing we need to talk about, and that is writing checks. First off, the parts of the check. Let's go through. I'll label them for you just in case you've never done this before. The first thing to look at is the date. Then look for the check number so that you can keep track of what checks are out there. Pay to the order of, so the right person gets paid. The numerical amount, which is written out in numbers. The written out amount, which is written out in words. The routing number, which is basically your bank's name in number form. The account number, which is your bank account's name in number form. The memo blank, so you can communicate what the check was written for. And the signature blank, where you and another from your club with check signing power will sign. All right, now let's go through filling this check out together. First, we're going to write the date, and you write the date of the day you are writing the check. At the time this video was made, it was October 1st, so I wrote October 1st, 2022. And now let's pretend that we are paying Kansas 4-H, so you would write their organization name in the pay to the order of blank. Next, you would write the check amount in numbers, and this one is for $25. So start as close to the left side of the box as you can, write your numbers, and then draw a line all the way through to the right side of the box. Now, we write the check amount in words. Having it written in both numbers and words helps the check be cashed for the correct amount. Use your neatest handwriting, and again, we start as far to the left as you can. Write the amount and draw a line that extends all the way to the end of the line so there's no blank spaces left. Alright, now the memo space. Write a short phrase so you and your club can remember what the check was written for. Keep it direct and simple while being as descriptive as necessary. Club supplies is probably okay, but club supplies holiday party is even better. That way the club knows exactly which club supplies the check was written for. Lastly, you will need to sign the check. Today's imaginary treasurer is Show Me the Money. Show Me will need to get a second signature from a club officer or a club leader. Okay, now let's look at our check. Follow along with me. We have the date. The pay to the order is filled in with the payee's name. The amount in numbers. The amount in words. The memo. And then the signature, with plenty of space for a second signature, because as treasurer, you always want that second signature on your checks. Another thing the treasurer will need to do is to keep a ledger and a balance for the checkbook. This is really pretty simple once you get it figured out, but it takes a little bit of learning. You'll have a beginning balance to start with that carries over from the past year. Then you'll have spaces for deposits and payments. Deposits get written in one column, payments get written in a different column, and then all of them get written in the far right column, which is called the balancing column, after they post to your bank. For a payment, you will write the date in the date column, the check number, and then the payment amount in the payment column. For deposits, you'll do mostly the same thing, but you'll write the deposit in the deposit column instead. You will also write where the money came from. In the balancing column, you begin with the beginning balance. Once a check posts, you carry the deposit or payment amount over, and then depending on whether it was a payment or a deposit, you will subtract or add. And that's really all there is to it. It looks complicated, but it's really just an organized way to look at your funds and keep track of where they go and when they enter and exit your bank account. This is going to be super important for you to do because you're going to have to give a report at your club meetings and let everyone know where the money is going.